Hello, welcome to April 10th, 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation video. This is an exercise that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up, to remember my life objectives and principles, and to see how I did with yesterday, and to plan for the coming day. Feeling a lot better than yesterday, but still not quite myself. Maybe it's my allergies still. I'll take my meds. Let's begin. Yesterday was a good day. Got a lot done. Well, I really got upset with this book, Kant's Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason, which I got about 120 pages into this 600-page book, which I found really interesting. But I have to confess, I only understood maybe a tenth of what I was reading. And yesterday I got real upset because I had encountered one passage that made me think of science being boiled down to faith that space and time exist, which frankly upset me to find that the wagon to which I had hitched my epistemology was a matter of faith in the end was not what I wanted to discover. I was genuinely upset all day. I even posted about it on social media, and fortunately, it's good to share this stuff, right? Because you can get a broad range. And a friend of mine who's a physicist chimed in and said, "Kurt, you're reading this all out of context. This was 250, 80 years ago, right, when that book was written, and physics and logic and the science of the discipline of science, of logic and reason, institutions of science have come a long way since then, and there are proofs now in both space and time, good ones," he said. And and the thing that really got me was, he said, you should read Kant for its historical perspective. And I realized then that I was out of my league. I shouldn't be reading this, because if that's the case, then that's a book for someone to whom this is their field of study, right? And they're familiar with the contemporary perspective, and they're interested in the historical perspective. They want the broad spectrum or the broad range of understanding. That's not me. This is not my field. This is not my subject. I don't want to spend any more time than absolutely necessary. Frankly, I don't enjoy tough science. This is why I didn't become a scientist. I wanted to be a biologist, and the math just threw me. This is why I stopped that path. I am deeply interested in logic and reason, but only insofar as I can use it that I can apply it in a useful manner in my life. I don't want to know all the ins and outs, and I don't need to know all the terminology, although I'm curious. So I realized this is not the quest for me. And what's nice is that my friend Jack, the physicist, pointed out a different book that I should read that would give me that perspective that give me the information that I'm after from a modern perspective. So I think I got far enough into Kant now I understand. Now Kant is no longer just someone who was a name in history for me. Now I feel like I've had a little bit of, I've sat at the master's feet, so to speak. Like I listened to him discourse in his own words, of course, translated from German. And I got a sense and feel for the man. But I don't want to continue if it's only going to soil and taint and discolor my perspectives, my accurate perspective, my attempts at an accurate perspective on reality. So I'll stop. I stopped reading it. I'll switch to something else. I just don't have enough. There's not enough time in the life. Again, if this was my field, I would read it, and I would strive to understand it. But it's not. I got enough. So I'll move on. Thank you, Mr. Kant. What an incredible human being you are. And thank you for the perspective. Now I have to find a way. I'll have to wait for the other book to arrive, and which I'll share. I'll share with it when I get to it. I'll share what the title is. I can't remember. I'd have to look it up on the same phone I'm recording this on, so I can't do that. And enjoy that dive. In the meantime, I'm going to start reading the poems of Keats. What a switch, right? From the analysis of pure reason to the poems of John Keats. Wow, talk about paradigm shift, I think. Okay, so yesterday was a good day, as you can clearly see, and I feel relieved. And it was a day of emotion and a day of upset, being upset that I couldn't understand. Still upset about it. Still upset about my little. But if I hadn't displayed that upset on Facebook, on social media, in particular Facebook, then Jack, the physicist, would not have read my post and set me straight, and I'd still be pounding through the remaining, 550 pages, and wind up probably more frustrated and confused and wasting time. Not that Keats is a waste of time, but it is a waste of time for me. Or let's do the good life. 7 objectives: to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions, to recognize true limits and true opportunities, and to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. Then my 34 principles are: war, reason, homunculus, anchorhold, home of good and evil, purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the pirate ride, maturity, social principle, principle of family, temperance, life will not go well, the horror show, that which must be borne, the Feast of Offal, the best seat in the house, distraction, agency in the great indifference. So one day I'm going to start doing these in more detail. Just not up to it yet. The Restless Man, the Path of Wildness, the great life adventure, the risk of avoiding risk, season of sin and damnation, complete oblivion, season of philosophy, the principle of script writing, the bullseye aim, uphill climb, arena utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. Sounds like I got them all. Did I get the season of philosophy? I did. Yeah. Did I get the best seat in the house? Yeah, I did. There's tricky bits in there. Okay, what am I going to do with today? I'll finish this. It's a work day. It's a Monday. Well, full day, full week. It's a Monday all day long. Finish this, upload this, type out my words, read the Bible, study, edit my one page of my book, feed the dogs, let the dogs out, get started on my day. That's it. Be safe but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. See you.